All right, all right. What's going on, nephews? Here we are again with another segment of Ask Your Uncles. Today we've been honored by a very special presence, my man, longtime brother, Uncle Earl. How you
Yes,
doing, Earl?
I'm doing pretty good. How you? How you doing, Junior?
Hey, all right, brother. I'm all right. Just maintain it, man. Living life, man. Yo, man, like I tell everybody, man, we really just wanted to create this platform just to kind of give you guys an opportunity to drop some jewels and some wisdoms to these youngsters. And also, to our young up and coming black men, we want them to kind of have some kind of semblance of what it looks like on the other side of the spectrum of growing up and being black in these worlds, you know what I mean? So what I want to do, I want to just go ahead and get everyone familiar with you. So if you could, man, just tell me a little bit about where you're from and your upbringing.
Okay. I like to say I'm from North Carolina. I kind of grew up on both sides of it. Grew up, my younger years in the eastern part in Greenville and Pine Tops area, and moved to High Point or high school. So I spent my high school older years in High Point. So did that. I've been here in Durham for like the last 20 years.
Up in Durham,
So
huh?
yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. They
Okay.
call it the Bull City. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And what was your upbringing like? For those of us don't know, what was it like? Was it your mom, stepdad, mom, and dad? What was the dynamic like growing up?
And honestly, for me, it was tough. I started out, just me, mom, siblings.
Mhm.
Mom got married. I think I was 7, so I had a stepdad from 7 to 14.
Mhm.
Abusive, alcoholic,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I moved to High Point. It was just us again. Me, my mom, my brother, and sister.
Mhm.
So I grew up kind of. It's just like I ain't gonna say like normal, but just not having a lot.
Okay.
Being one of them that watching what everybody else have and just kind of being happy for whatever I get.
Yeah.
I tell my son, I was like, a lot of the stuff that he get to enjoy, I didn't have that. I didn't get to celebrate Christmases and birthdays and have stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I went through a long time of not not participating and not getting anything and wondering why me.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
that the type of stuff make you hungry.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give you gas for many years, keep you
Yes,
going. You
sir.
know what I mean? That fuel to that
Yes,
fire.
yes,
And
sir.
so like you said, to be hungry though. So like what was the idea like when I grew up, I'm gonna be this? What was that? What was that looking like for you?
Man, so just it changed so much because just
Yeah.
like just like the typical. Because like
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest,
Okay.
growing up where I grew up, a lot of times in my younger years, we was
Mhm.
in the projects back back east.
Right, right.
We looked up to the dope boys.
Okay.
We looked up to the dope boys because you see them driving the fancy cars and the flashy
Hmm.
cars and stuff like that. So
Getting
you
that
like,
money.
okay, these boys getting money.
Hmm.
So you kind of at that point like I want to get money like that too.
Yeah.
So then of course it went from that to I wanted to play ball, just like most black young black kids want to play
Right.
ball.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm,
Got
I'm
that
gonna
jump
play
shot.
exactly.
Yeah.
My dream was to play ball at Carolina. Then I was
Yeah.
going pro,
Okay.
and then I moved from that to I wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was like, okay, I want to be a SEAL.
Hmm.
And then I think that was for a while
Hmm.
until my uncle went to A&T.
Hmm.
And once I got about 14 years old, he would talk to me. He like, hey man, computers is where it's at.
Yeah.
So I had my goal was like, you know what? By that time, he kept drilling to me and my I got two older cousins, and both of them are females.
Right.
So the oldest one, he drilled both of us. Hey, computers is it. So my goal at that point was like, okay,
Mm.
I'm gonna become a software engineer,
Right.
start my own IT company,
Right.
become a professor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so what do you currently do now?
I'm a software engineer.
Okay. 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 So
Yeah,
you on that same trajectory. You getting
yeah,
there. You
man.
know.
So I'm a software engineer.
Yeah.
I kind of have my own little IT thing where I
Right.
work on computers, I sell computers, I fix computers, stuff like that.
Right.
And now I'm also a high school football coach too. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man.
All right. All right. You want to shout out your football team?
Oh yeah, Cedar Ridge High School.
Okay. Cedar Ridge. You said that's up in Durham, North Carolina.
This so the high school is in Hillsboro.
Hillsboro.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay. All right, all right. And so like you harped on it just a little bit. You mentioned that your uncle was a big, kind of influencer while you were growing up? Like, would you say he was like the key mentor, or was there like a few others that you kind of was like, these are the guys I kind of want to, I listen to?
The main influence I had was my grandfather.
Oh, your
So
grandfather. Okay.
yeah, man, my granddad, that's my dude.
Yeah.
Even to this day, I'm the only one in my family, and even include his kids, that can call him and and have a candid conversation with him.
Right. Right.
He's always had those type of conversations with me. Because of him, I can use my hands. I can build stuff. I can work on cars. I can
Yeah.
grow a garden. Because of him, and still to this day,
Yeah.
even with some of the stuff, some of the trouble we got into in high school,
Right. Right.
it
Right.
was kind of like, that's the guy I couldn't disappoint.
Right.
So it's no matter what I did, like my grandfather, not having a dad, not know who my dad is, all this stuff, it still was like, okay, that guy here, my grandfather, he trusts me and believe in me.
Yeah.
So I gotta keep it up and up for him.
Right. Yeah. And so like he was like that guiding light, sort of,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Like
Man.
I can't let him down,
Yeah,
No,
man.
I feel you. But like, all right, so given that with the same spectrum though, so you got your granddad and your uncles and everybody, like who's the guy that you kind of like, or who's somebody that you kind of looked at and you was like, I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Like,
My stepfather, that first guy.
okay.
My mom's first husband, man. Like I said, alcoholic,
Yeah.
mama's boy,
Yeah.
couldn't really do anything, was abusive.
Yeah.
So it was just like that showed me, was like, that ain't the type of man I want to be.
Yeah.
And
you said
then
abusive, you mean like both physically and verbally, or more so?
Yeah, it was a lot of physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I think I got a whooping, if not every day, every other day.
For nothing.
Yeah, sometimes no. Now I ain't gonna say for nothing, because there was some times where I deserved the ass whoopings.
Yeah.
There was some times I deserved it, but there was also a lot of times where I didn't.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you on that. I feel and so speaking on how you was as a child, like were you hard headed, or did you take heed to advice well? Like how did you handle that?
I was an angry kid, man.
Okay.
Like to be honest, my younger years, I was a very angry kid. I fought a lot.
Yeah.
You had to be something, mean something to me for me to listen.
Okay.
So, but I had a lot between, I can't tell you why I was angry. I guess, the whole not having dad, when you're the oldest of a young mother,
right,
you go through a lot of those trials and tribulations, where there's a lot of things you see,
yeah,
a lot of things you experience, and then just, not having a lot.
And
then to go from that to now I'm in a situation with this guy where I'm watching him fight my mom all the time.
Yeah.
He putting his hands on me. It just made me angry.
Yeah.
So, so I went to school. I did a lot of fighting myself.
Yeah. You're right. And that typically happens in a lot of, unfortunately, it happens in a lot of households. So I feel you on that. And like I said, you took the road, less traveled, what I mean, to tell you the truth, what I mean? What I mean? For real. But I do wonder with that, and you mentioned about how you didn't want to let your granddad down, and so you said no one could talk to you really unless they meant something to you, right? And so the argument now is that like kids now, they don't respect their elders, right? And do you think that's kind of why they don't, like their mindset is kind of wrapped around like, well, who are you to me and why should I listen to you?
I think a lot of the reason why the kids don't respect elders now is because they're not made to.
Okay.
So because I think when we were younger, where like our neighbors would get on us.
Yeah.
If we got in something, like, because my grandparents live in Farmville. So I spent a lot of time my younger years living with them.
Yeah.
So like everybody in Farmville knew who I was.
Right.
Like to the point now, people still kind of know who I am. So it was like, even when I got in trouble down there, it was still like, okay, you Chester grandson, you ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So nowadays, we don't allow that with our kids. So we don't allow other people to get on our kids. So it's like now it's like, okay, I know they can't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
If you say something to me, fuck them. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
and so
you
with
know,
that though, like when we used to say, you know, you respect your elders, so it was
mm-hmm,
mainly face value, like
mm-hmm,
regardless, you know,
mm-hmm.
if they look like they about 30, you know
That's
what
an
I'm saying?
elder, right?
That's
If
an
they're
elder.
older than you, they're elder.
You ain't trying, you know what I'm saying? But was that wrong? Like in the sense where it was, we took them at face value. Now, do you think like respect has to be earned?
So
You know?
to me, and this is where like coaching. So I've been coaching kids in
Mm.
the high school for 2 years. I've been coaching kids, but I'm 37. Coaching kids since I was like 21.
Right, right.
So it's like the one thing I tell them is that like I hate hearing that respect thing is earned.
Okay.
And the reason why is because unfortunately, where we're from, respect to get you killed, right?
Okay.
So how can you earn it? So that means I have no respect for you up
Right.
front, right?
Right.
You got to build respect. But how do I build respect with somebody I just met?
True.
Right. So to me, kind of like you said, it was for faith value. We was taught,
Mm.
them your elders, man. Respect your elders. You
Yeah.
ain't necessarily got to do everything they tell you to do,
Yeah.
but you still respect them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like nowadays, like I say, everybody living that, you got to earn respect. You got to earn my respect. Well, how am
Mm.
I supposed to earn it?
Yeah.
To me, you give respect until they lose it. And once
Yeah.
they losing that, it's different.
Yeah.
And they do something disrespectful now, and that's different.
Then it's game on.
Exactly.
But
But honestly,
yeah.
even you said it's game on.
Mm.
That was our mindset, right? Well, you
Right.
disrespect us, now it's game on. But
Yeah.
now I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Living here in Durham for like 20 years, bro, it's still kind of like, how much did the disrespect hurt you?
Yeah.
How much did it hurt you? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
am I willing to put my life to the side because somebody disrespected me?
Yeah.
Or am I just gonna like, I know what I am. He called me
Yeah.
a bitch. I know I ain't no bitch.
Yeah. So
It
you
is what
think
it is.
so like that bravadoism, like where the tough guy, is that, are we losing that? In like a sense of masculinity, are we losing that in the Black community? Like is
Hell
that
yeah,
that's something
hell yeah, we're losing it.
like
And
bro?
we're losing it,
Mhm.
and it's good and bad.
Okay.
So is some of it we're losing, we need to lose
Mhm.
because we saw a lot of the masculinity where a lot of those guys were beating wives and kids
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the type of stuff we need to lose. Now, but we're also losing masculinity where a lot of these guys don't know how to do shit no more. A lot of these guys
Yeah.
don't know how to be men.
Yeah.
They just feel like out here hanging and gang banging and shit like that and
Yeah.
shooting the op is being a man.
Yeah.
Now that's not really, you know, being
So
a man. That's not really.
what is being a man in your opinion?
So me, and this is why I found myself getting in trouble.
Mhm.
But like I look at being a man as who my grandfather was.
Mhm.
Taking care of your family,
Right.
working, protecting your family,
Mhm.
providing for your family,
Mhm.
providing for the people around you. Because family is not just blood, but it's like the people around you that depend on you.
Right. Right. Right.
Being able to provide and protect for them. That's
Yeah.
being a man. When being able to when a phone call is needed, being able to be there and take when somebody needs you.
Yeah. Being dependable.
Right, right. Being true to being true to your word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. And so like what else is missing in the Black community in your opinion, like as far as like what's something that a young Black man can do now to help strengthen the Black community?
Um, have pride in yourself and
Okay.
where in your community where you are.
Mhm.
Um, I think and I don't mean like be prideful and be arrogant,
Yeah.
but like have understand like, okay, I understand this is my neighborhood,
Mhm.
even though I don't own it. I
Mhm.
need to make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that we're taken care of. Um, have pride of who you are.
Mhm.
Know who you are. And I think a lot of it is that, and I think it started with our generation, is a lot of us not learning who we were before.
Okay. And how do you do? How do you do that? Like through, do it without interactions. Like how do you? What is that?
So the good thing for these kids today, man, they got YouTube. There's a lot of
Yeah,
YouTube videos. There's a lot
yeah,
of Google.
yeah,
For us, we didn't really have that. We had the uncles on the
yeah,
corner that
yeah.
the 5%er that would sit on the corner and would tell peace God,
Yeah,
like peace God. Keep it a little home. Let me talk to you. Let me shoot you some
yeah,
game. They're the ones that kind of told us who we were. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's like nowadays, these kids have they got unlimited research,
yeah.
and they can, if they know what they're looking for, instead of waiting for a teacher or somebody to tell them who they were, who
Right,
they are.
right. Yeah, no, and I get that, and like you said, it just takes a lot of self-awareness that they have to gain through struggles in life, like we all did. And but I guess the real thing comes around was, like you said, obviously through your circumstances, you had to grow up kind of fast, right? And a lot of these kids, nowadays they don't necessarily have to grow up as fast. You know what I mean? And they're not necessarily hardened by life as soon, as the rest of us was, right? So like the idea now is, it's like, well, how do you know? How do these kids know whether or not they're an adult or they're still in adolescence? Like how?
That,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's a tough thing. Like, cause I a lot of us grew up in our generation. We had to grow up fast.
Yeah.
We had to grow up fast. We grew up hard. We grew up seeing a lot of things. So now, because we grew up that way, we have children. How do we raise our children? We don't raise them that way.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, like my son's spoiled as hell.
Yeah.
So it's like he doesn't have that sense of he'll be 13 in May.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think by that time I was trying to figure out how to bring money into the house.
Yeah.
So he ain't nowhere near that. For him, he's still like, I need to get up and eat some cereal, try to figure out how I can play this PlayStation.
Yeah. Gotta get that next level.
Exactly. Like for him, he still see himself, he's still watching the Pixar movies.
Yeah,
By that time, we were looking at New Jack City,
yeah,
looking at Scarface, stuff like that. So
yeah.
it's like for him, a lot of them, we don't raise our kids the way we were raised. And I think a lot of it's good, but some of it, they don't have that hunger.
Yeah.
They don't have that, like you was asking about the sports. He don't have that. Let me go out here and play football and bust somebody's head. He ain't got that.
Yeah.
So like,
but
where
I do need you to pan that shirt right quick. I need to get that shirt. Because what is it? Everything I know, I learned on the streets, on them Sesame Streets.
Okay. Sesame Streets, baby. They missing the count.
Yeah. No, because it leads me to my next question, man. And that's why I kind of needed that. It's a good caveat. It tied together. But the idea is, how we used to say, you got street smarts, you got book smarts, right? But nowadays, street smarts is really just common sense, right?
Right.
So, and you kind of ask yourself, well, which one do you feel is more like to your betterment to have an abundance of? You know what I
mean? Honestly, it really just depends on what lane you're trying to run in.
Okay.
Because and I say that because like I know a lot of people that are book smart and don't have common sense, but they're some of the most, they're very successful. They working a job, making six figures, and they don't live in an environment where they have to be truly street smart.
Right.
So now, if you're in that area, the environment where you feel like you gotta make a hustle, and a hustle ain't selling drugs, none of that, but a hustle is I gotta figure out how to get this money, how to set myself up, where start my own business, whatever else. Now you gotta have some type of street smart, be street savvy, because now you got to be able to make business decisions.
Right.
And making decisions on how do I maintain my money, where do I spend my money, how does this money come in, or whatever else.
Yeah. Okay. And so, like you said, when since you brought up the subject of money, like what advice do you give these kids as far as managing their money? Like, what does that look like? That what's that skill? What's that mindset they need to have in order to manage money well?
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm before I say it, I'm gonna tell my son, hey, I want you to listen very carefully. I really need you to pay attention. Come on over. So, from experience, coming from a household that did not do well with money, as a kid,
right.
the first thing you do you start making money. Let's say 15, 16, you get a job, you start making money.
Yeah, about 400 a week.
Right. I don't even think you'll get that much.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe
say you
two,
do.
maybe 2 a week, 400
Right.
every 2 week. Yeah.
If you don't have no bills,
Mm.
put that money up. Put it up.
Whole thing?
I would say you got no bills, put 75% of it up. Save
Okay.
it. And the reason why I say save, you make it even say I put 50% of it in a bank account. I take another 25% and I buy some stock.
Okay.
But do something for the future. And the reason why I can speak, like I said, speak for myself.
Yeah.
First time bringing in money,
Mm.
not having anything.
Yeah.
I want something.
Yeah.
So like, even if you, not even just me, if you go back, you look at a lot of these documentaries.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these guys started selling drugs, is because they felt like I get some money. They
Yeah.
get money. What the first thing we start doing? We're buying clothes, we're buying shoes, we're buying jewelry, we're
Playing
buying
catch up.
CDs, we're buying right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're buying a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
that's going to deteriorate and mean nothing.
Right. Right.
So invest your money in something that's going to make money for you.
Right.
So like I said, you put in a savings account. A lot of savings account has, you know, APR, not APR, but like a percentage where it'll put more money in your account.
Right.
You invest in a stock, you find some stock, you invest your money in the stock.
Mm.
That way your money grows. You may lose it, you may not, but
Yeah.
you learn. And that way you get 18, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
You got a nice little nest egg sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
And by the time you go buy a house.
Yeah.
So the one thing about the United States is everybody think, for in our community, we think cash and money is it. And it's not. It's credit.
Yeah.
It's credit. So
Yeah.
the more credit you got, the more assets that you have under your name. There's a lot of people, you can have $0 to your name.
Yeah.
You got a $300,000 house. You got a house that's worth $300,000.
Yeah.
Not you paid $300,000, but it's worth $300,000.
Yeah.
You got stock that's 10,000, 20,000. Those are assets that they look at. And because you have those things, they'll give you more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can have $100,000 in cash.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna give you shit if you ain't got no assets and nothing else in your name.
Like,
yeah. Credit, they ain't gonna give you shit. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, and that's speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't spend my money right. I didn't take care of my money. I didn't take care of my credit right. So now when you get a bunch of money, the stuff you need to buy, you can't buy it because they don't want your money. They want your credit.
Yeah. Yeah. They say the easiest way to get a loan is you got to first prove you don't need that loan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's how you get that money. That's how they want to throw it at you. They're like, hey, you don't need this. Take
exactly. Because now you don't need them.
Yeah.
They need you.
Exactly.
They need you. And a lot of people don't realize like what these banks are. These banks and these people that give loans, they don't house your money. They take your money and play with your money in the stock market.
Yeah.
So in order for them to play in the stock market, they need you to come get money from them.
Yeah.
Because if you get $100,000 from them, they gonna tax it. You're gonna end up paying them $150,000 back. So they know they got $150,000 coming back from you. They gonna take that $150,000 and they can go play with the stock market and make them additional $300,000.
Panther. Hey, but no, let me ask you this though. Like just thinking of that, because I know that you, like you said, you're coaching the youth and you're coaching adolescents, young adults. And so like what advice do you give, a young Black person that's thinking like, man, I want to be a professional athlete,
So, and the last school I was at was the first school last year at Riverside High School here in Durham. All Black. I think I had maybe 3 white guys on the team.
Yeah.
So, and of course, a lot of those guys, they want to go pro.
Yeah,
that's their thought. So they want to go pro.
Yeah.
And my thing always to them was, from that team we had 13 seniors. I coached middle back. I coached linebackers.
Yeah.
I had 7 linebackers, 6 of them were seniors. 2 starters went and played college ball. So this is their first year playing college ball.
Yeah.
Both of them, of course, want to go pro. And I told them, I was like, look, not saying you don't have the talent.
Right.
here's what you prepare for.
Yeah.
And I would tell them right in front of the whiteboards is, look, the first step is use this tool to get this degree for free.
Right.
Get the degree for free. That's the first step. Use the tool to get the degree for free. Then once you get there, the school is paid for.
Yeah.
Now you start working hard. If you can make it pro, you make it.
Yeah.
But you also prepare yourself in case you don't make it.
Yeah.
You get that, find your major. And then one thing I told them, if you're going to college, find a major that is going to pay your bills when you get finished.
Yeah.
Because do not allow the system to use you. Don't go into it because I'm strictly going in because I want to go pro. And they make you major in general arts.
Yeah.
What you gonna do with that?
Nothing.
So it's like, that was one thing I really tried to like, hey, this is, and the good thing is our coach staff is 18 of us on the coach staff. Right. I probably was the only one that didn't play college ball.
Right.
So like all of those guys played college ball. So that we giving them, hey, this is how they're gonna treat you.
Yeah.
You're a number. So if you can figure out how to use the system to get what you need, and then you train and hard so you can go pro, you do that. Yeah. But you gotta have that fallback as well. Gotta have the fallback because everybody don't go pro. Everybody don't go pro. Yeah. And it just is what it is. We played ball and ran track with a lot of guys that were ranked in the nation.
Yeah. 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 And that's kind of like, I think we glorified it, because it was still kind of fresh, to make it. Like it was still like, you saw, Penny Hardaway coming out, Blue Street, you know what I'm saying? Making it, everybody been knew about Mike, but I'm talking about like, you see Tracy coming out, McGrady, you know what I'm saying? You see all these cats coming out, they make it, Vince Carter coming out, Rasheed Wallace, all these cats, Grant Hill, all these cats coming out of college, like they going straight to the pros. You kind of like, man, like
I can do that, right?
In reality,
too. I can do that too.
Like, I can't do that, bro. That ain't the move,
And the thing is though, what a lot of people don't see, they don't see what those kids look like. So it's like when you look up, you see a kid like Tracy McGrady, who's 6'8" in high school. Like that's the type of stuff you don't see. You see him on the court, you're just like, okay, Tracy got game. Yeah. I got game too. Not realizing, bro, you 6'3". Yeah. Playing center. Yeah. That ain't gonna work.
You a power forward, baby. It's power forward.
Exactly. Like, one of my coworkers, man, his nephew, he called him his son. It was his nephew, man. Yeah. Kid played when I met him playing ball in high school, and I would go and talk with him. I would go work out with him, and I went to one of his games. Oh, hold on, you 6'4", and they got you playing center. He's like, yeah, that's not gonna be it for you, dude. Yeah. It's like, you shortening yourself because you 6'4", you're a guard. You go to college, sir, you're gonna be a guard. You're not gonna, then you can't play 5 or 4 being 6'4". I don't give a fuck if you got a 50-inch vertical. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. That's what's so because he the tallest thing on the court, for his high school. Yeah. He got bunnies, they stick him in the middle. Yeah. So what do they do? Now when it's time for him to graduate, what scholarship do we have? Yeah. Because they're not gonna put a 6'4" guy down in the paint. Yeah,
you're right. Well, I mean, as far as like fallback plans, like it seems to be like a lack in trade jobs. So like, in your opinion, like what's like a kid, what if a kid's like, man, look, man, I ain't really with all this book stuff. And I'm just kind of just like, I just want to work. Like what trade jobs should they look into though?
I'm gonna tell you, my middle linebacker playing football for St. Aug. He wanted a scholarship. He's like, Coach, I want to play ball. I want to go play ball in college. I said, what you want to major in? He said, Coach, I want to be a plumber. Yeah. Cool. And I think in our Black community, we failed each other by telling every one of our kids, you got to go to college. Yeah. You got to go to college. Yeah. You got to go to college. So now you got a bunch of us with degrees that can't do trade stuff. Right. And now we're trying to find jobs, but the trade stuff is open. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize those trade jobs make more money than a lot of the jobs that have degrees. Yeah. You can go be a welder and make 6 figures.
Yeah. Especially if you can swim.
Exactly.
Underwater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can go be a plumber and make close to 6 figures.
Yeah.
So it's like even with the school I'm at now is predominantly white.
Okay.
Over here in Rednecks. But I'm talking to one of the kids yesterday. He's like, Coach, right now, they doing everything they doing online. He's Coach, I don't do nothing but sit at home. He's like, sit at home, I come to practice. Well, I drive tow trucks. I fan over the tow truck company. So when he graduated high school, he don't give a damn if he gonna go to college, play ball. He gonna drive tow trucks.
Yeah, it's already
exactly.
playing for him.
Do you know how much money he gonna make driving tow trucks?
He gonna make good money, man. Yeah.
So for us, we feel like it's beneath us, and I guess because of the slavery thing. We did a lot of the slavery jobs and the trade jobs. Yeah. So it's like now we feel like we're better than that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of those trade jobs making money. The mechanics, it made pretty good money. They make enough money to take care of their family.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real.
You can do it and not owe nobody $30,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a degree.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, because I mean, even I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a CDL. I don't never use it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the only kind, bro. Like they always say, you gotta have a plan B. You gotta have a plan B, something to fall back on. My mind, I was always like, look, man, I may never drive, but that's kind of why I think it. But no, but to your point though, it kind of makes me wonder, like, why is that we did glorify college? And I know it's kind of like they sold us a pipe dream, you know what I mean? But
so, I think because, like, if you go by the slave, we talk about slavery and stuff like that. They always told us that we couldn't read. They wouldn't let us read. Yeah. They wouldn't let us learn. So the one thing they always taught us was knowledge is power, right?
Okay, right.
You remember as a kid, what your parents taught you, grandparents. Yeah. Only thing they can't take from you is education.
Right.
So what happens is everybody's learning that.
Yeah.
So now our generation was the first generation born with all of our rights, right?
Right.
So now our generation is being pushed to go to college.
Yeah.
So now you look at all of us are going to college.
Mm-hmm. Then they took Social Security from them, but that's another conversation.
But even before they took Social Security, what they did was they hit us with financial aid.
Yeah.
It's not financial aid. This shit is a loan.
Yeah.
It take you 30 years to pay back.
Yeah.
So they make you believe that you're going to school to get financial aid, you're going to get school for free, and you're not. You go to school for 4 years, you go owe somebody $50,000, and it's going to take you 30 years to pay them back.
Yeah.
So it's like they figured out a way to hustle us.
Yeah.
We didn't catch on until now. Now we're still waiting.
Yeah.
Right. Now that we caught on, we in debt, and we're waiting on the president to come and forgive student loans.
Yeah. Well, with that knowledge, just looking back. So what's one thing that you wish somebody had told you when you were younger that it kind of took you a little longer to figure out yourself?
Take care of your credit. In the words of Marshawn Lynch, take care of your chicken.
Yeah. Hey, Lynch was smart. Yeah. They say he ain't spent none of his money.
None.
Yo,
and I wish somebody taught me how to manage my credit. Yeah. Like what credit means to what credit means out here in the world. Yeah. And not just buying stuff. Right. Buying cars. Right. Buying different things. Like what does it mean to maintain this credit score or whatever else? Because if you don't know, you can go out and you can spend your money, you can do whatever else, and next you know, when you need to purchase a house, you can't.
Yeah. But how do you do that when they in college, bro, and they throwing them credit cards at you? Here you go.
And that's the thing.
They need that money. They hungry for that money. How they supposed to have self-control, man?
Look, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I still remember. I think it was sophomore year, man. Yeah. They got the credit. Citibank sitting outside the cafeteria. Cafeteria closed. Yeah. They offer you come apply for this credit card, you get a free pizza. You hungry as shit. So everybody go apply for this credit card, so you go get this free pizza.
He go get that when that balance be like $300. You like, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all want to go to y'all go to hit the club?
Yeah. Not knowing that you ain't got no job, you can't even pay for the card.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't even pay for the card.
maxing out first weekend.
I think the biggest thing is understanding not to live beyond your means.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't have, even if you get a credit card, if you ain't got the money to pay for it, you don't need it.
Yeah. 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 That's kind of how, well, that's most adults be still thinking like that. Like, I remember Cat was telling me years ago, he was like, man, look, if I can't pay for it right now at my bank account, I don't need it right now. And that's still tough. I'm not gonna lie. That still is tough, you know.
Oh, it is tough.
Because sometimes, like, yeah, I may, but I like my money in my bank account. I'd rather spend this credit.
I already spend this credit card. I was like this card. You know I can pay this back in a couple payments. I ain't gotta pay it right now.
Yeah, so it's still a challenge. You know, I ain't gonna put nothing in these nephews' head to say like it's easy. You know, nah.
It's tough, man. Yeah. Unfortunate thing is, I was telling the kid today, man, nothing in life easy. If it's easy, it's a gimmick. Yeah. And some not right with it. Yeah. If it's easy, something not right with it, it's a gimmick. Yeah. Until the day we die, we're gonna be learning. You're gonna learn something. Yeah. If you ain't learning nothing, you about to be up out of here. Yeah. So you know, we constantly, everything's evolving. You constantly learn how to whether it's saving money, spending money, credit, whatever else. You constantly gonna be learning something different. Yeah. And it's more than one way to skin a cat. You know, everything, you know, everybody better tell you something different, you know, how to do it. I've had white guys come and sit down and talk to me and tell me certain things. Yeah. I've had a couple older black guys come down, sit and tell me certain things. Yeah. I've had a couple of my boys is Colombian. Yeah. You know, he'll come down and have a conversation, tell me certain things or whatever else. Yeah. So it's like, I'll tell the young guys now, if somebody's willing to sit down and talk to you, let them talk. Mm-hmm. Let them talk. Learn what you can. You know, always find you. My grandfather always told me, he was like, find you a couple of older guys and sit and hang with them and sit and talk. Yeah. I ain't saying that all your friends got to be rich and famous, but at the same time, you are who you hang around with. Okay. Not everybody, because we all got different pockets, you know. Right. But have you a set of friends that can tell you how to get to the next stage, can show you how to get to the next stage. Yeah. If all your friends doing the same shit that you're doing, I mean, all your friends, doing the same shit you're doing or doing less than, you gotta find a couple more friends. Yeah. Gotta find a couple more friends. Because you ain't growing. Exactly. Yeah. And life is about evolving. If you're not evolving, got a problem. Got a problem. Hey, no, I feel each one teach one. No, and I get that. You know what I mean? I do. But it do make me wonder though about you, man. Like, you know, growing up though, like was there not like a famous person that you was kind of just like, yo, like you admired and you was kind of like, man, I kind of dig that cat. I wouldn't mind, you know, being like that cat. Like, you already knew who it was for me. Who that? Fucking DMX. Oh, D. What about D? What about D? Dude, man. D was wrong. Hey, D was wrong. Yeah. So it was like, for some reason, I found comfort in a lot of the stuff he talked about and did. Yeah. Outside the crack shit, I don't want to parse of that. Yeah. But it was like, I think pain, when you have pain, it brings you to other people's pain. Like, it's kind of like a magnet. Right. Sometimes you feel other people's pain. Yeah. And that type of stuff, you know, you gravitate to it. Yeah. So to the nephews, you guys got to be careful of that. Be careful of, first of all, understand when you're hurt. I tell my sons that when you're hurt or somebody hurt you, every feeling ain't meant to be spoken on. Every feeling, emotion ain't meant to be spoken upon. But there are some things that you need to identify in yourself. Okay. I'm hurt. I need help with this. Okay. I need to talk to someone about this. Because a lot of times we hold it in and that pain gravitates to somebody else's pain. Yeah. And now two hurt people, that's a big ass problem. Yeah. No, I feel and that's something like you feel like that we're missing in our Black community as far as like support for self-help or even support for
help in any aspects other than the self-medication. But
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, man. We drown ourselves in alcohol
Hey,
and weed and whatever else. They self
yeah,
medicate instead of sometimes, yo, you ain't gonna have a conversation with someone.
right,
And honestly, out of all the stuff I've been through in life, it took me 36 years to finally have a conversation with a doctor about some of the
right.
stuff.
That's
And it
what's
was
up.
like, um, I realized like, yo, some of this stuff, man, I gotta let go.
Yeah,
I can't hold on to it. If not, you know, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I'm
yeah,
not gonna find the happiness that I need in my life.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
and I can dig that. And I commend you for that. Like I said, I'm right there with you, bro. I done talked to several people, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of why I'm doing this, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
kind of like, just another form of therapy where it's just like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to heal, our community.
Yeah.
But I can't do it by myself. You see what I'm
Nope.
saying? And so I got to
Nope.
enlist the help of you guys, man. And we're just gonna try to, drop all these jewels and
Yep.
hopefully these kids pick it up. You know what I mean?
The one thing I tell my son,
Mm,
I tell the kids I've coached, I
mm,
was like, dude, I know you feel like the things you're going through, you're by yourself.
mm.
You're not.
Yeah.
Most of us have been through the same thing you've been through.
Mm,
We've been through similar. And like I tell the kids, like especially guys I coach,
mm.
this, I'm never gonna tell anybody everything I've been through in my life.
Right, right,
But I
right.
tell them like, look, I come from this.
Mm-hmm,
I don't have this. I
mm-hmm,
didn't have this.
mm-hmm,
So you're not by yourself.
mm-hmm.
I see where you are. This is why we're here as a coaching
Yeah.
staff. We're here to help. Like I can tell you as a coaching staff, last year we had 18 coaches,
Mm-hmm.
16 were black.
Okay. That's what's
We
up.
took we took kids home,
Yeah.
we fed kids,
Mm-hmm.
we've helped parents find jobs.
Yeah.
Like every Sunday morning we would have a coordinators meeting. So
Mm-hmm.
the only people that's in this meeting was the head coach,
Mm-hmm.
me as a special teams coordinator, our
Mm-hmm.
defense coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
our offensive coordinator, and our two oldest coaches.
Okay.
And we spent a whole hour on community.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do for our kids? What issues do our kids have right now? What issue do their parents have right now? Who
Right.
can we talk to?
Right.
Oh, okay, we need to go into the social services office. Cool. Oh, my friend, she works in social services. I'll call her.
Right.
Hey, okay, this parent here needs a job. Hey, we'll give that a call. Hey, this parent here is having this issue. Okay, hey, we'll figure out how to handle that.
Right.
And so we try to show these kids like, look, you're not by yourself.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids feel like they're going through things by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you open your mouth and let us know you're going through, and we got you.
Yeah. And
Never feel right.
how do you advise they find that? Like, what if they don't have that coaching staff? Like, where do they go to find that kind of camaraderie? Where they feel like somebody's got their back. You know what I mean?
That's tough.
That's in the
That's
community.
tough. So, and unfortunately, I want to say in school,
Yeah.
but the unfortunate part is there's not a lot of people that look like you in school.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will, and the thing is, I will say at Andrews, man, I had a couple of white teachers
Yeah.
that were advocates for us. That kind of still looked out, and
Yeah.
still did things or whatever else.
Yeah.
I would say if you're not on a sports team, try not to look to the games.
Yeah.
Try not to. This coming from someone that did that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you knew that,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So I did that route.
Mm-hmm.
Try to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Find if you got a teacher. You can always tell the teachers that care.
Yeah.
Um, they'll make sure that they talk to you every morning. They make sure they have some type of conversation for you.
Yeah.
They'll try to help you with your work or whatever else. If there's something going on, try to talk with one of them.
Okay.
Either that or confide in another parent or something.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate thing is a lot of us either, like I said, we do the self-medicate part,
Right. Right.
or we find ourselves hanging with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves going down a hill that we know we shouldn't be going down.
Dog.
But who's gonna stop you?
Yeah. No, and I agree, but that's kind of why I brought it up because another facet of what you're doing, which is like I said, commendable again, is helping these kids find something, like you said, to gravitate to that's positive, more like giving them a compass, right? So one, I know we're running short on time, and I got to get this question out because it's one that is kind of real prevalent in the community we're in right now, and the climate that we're in right now is very uncertain in this aspect, in this context. So one question I just wanted to get out was, so what advice would you give young Black men in their interactions with police officers?
It's tough, man. So like, I'm gonna be as candid as possible, man.
Okay.
So I work in a lab that is predominantly white men. In this lab of 30 people, is probably 5 Black guys. So my management staff is Black and Puerto Rican. Okay. But everybody else is white except for me and one other guy and 2 ladies. Right. And we have these conversations. So I sit and listen to, the first thing they tell you is, you should obey what they tell you.
Comply.
Right? As they say, always obey, right. That's a police officer. So they put the word police officer as kind of like almost next to God, right?
Okay.
It's like Judge Dredd and the judge and jury.
Right.
Listen to what they tell you. So I have these arguments with them. It's like, that's a man. It's like, I'm a man, and he's telling me this, he's telling me that. But one day, like, my uncle made sense, and I work with my uncle. Okay. And he told me, he was like, the best thing to do is come home. Okay. You can fight everything else. Yeah. So the one thing I've always done, I've had my fair share of run-ins with police officers. The one thing I've always done, even before the filming stuff, whatever else, I've always, whenever I'm pulled over, I make a phone call to someone I know is going to answer the phone. And I put it on speaker. And I don't even let the cop know. Yeah. Give them the respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't berate them. Because they going to come to you. Because unfortunately, you're Black. You look as a threat. They're going to see you as a threat. So don't escalate as much as you can. Treat them with their respect. Hopefully they treat you with the same. Yeah. The one thing I tell my boys is, what I do is, I try to have them at my window as less time as possible.
In and out.
Yeah. I ain't doing no bunch of fucking talking. Yeah. You talking about license and registration? Yeah. Cool. Now when I was younger, we're gonna have a whole ass conversation out here. What I realized was, the longer we're having a conversation with this motherfucker, the longer he gonna try to figure out something to get in my damn vehicle. Exactly. Nah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Go ahead, license registration. Yeah. Go ahead, give him this. Yeah. Why am I being pulled over? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and take it. Hey, go do what you're gonna do and come on back. Yeah. The one thing I will say for us, and this is gonna be very unpopular. Okay. If your car smells like weed, you got a problem. Okay. You get pulled, your car smells like weed, you got a problem. Because you've already given them reasonable doubt. Yeah. You roll your window down, your car smells like weed. Guess what they gonna say next? You got any drugs in the car? Yeah. Can't say no, they smell it. Yeah. Yeah. They smell it. So it's know. Like, right. So and I had to tell one of my kids last year, it was like, yo, when you meet somebody, they should never meet weed smell first. Yeah. So the cop comes to your car, he should never meet you should never meet him with weed smell. Yeah. So, and the one thing I think a lot of us have to do is know our rights. Right. We gotta know our rights. I know that if my car don't smell like weed, he'll smell like alcohol. I ain't gotta get out. Yeah. He can't search my car. If he asks to search my car, I can say no. Yeah. You got to get the dogs. Now, understanding that when you make these claims, you say no, understand what's next. Yeah. They're going to call the dog. Yeah. You're going to let the dog walk around your car. Now, if the dog smells something, now they're going to go through your car. Yeah. But try to get them as less time as possible at your window. Be respectful. Get them your license registration. Make sure you get your ticket. You got badge number in case they add in the ass or whatever else.
Yeah.
More importantly, like I said, call or record the incident.
Yeah.
Put your phone down. Don't let them see you with your phone in your hand. None of that.
Yeah.
Hey, put it on record and let it sit. Let it sit in the thing. Let it sit in the tray between the chairs.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's weird. Like we gotta teach them survival tactics.
yeah, but it ain't new. We've been teaching ourselves survival tactics everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, we've had to learn survival tactics in these streets.
Yeah.
Whether we dealing with each other.
Yeah.
We had to learn survival tactics against them. But the thing is, this shit ain't new. Cops been doing this shit for a long time.
For a minute. Yeah.
It's just now it's just being recorded.
Yeah.
That's the only thing is it's just being recorded.
That's what's up.
The problem I run into is I get, because of where I work, I get a lot of white folks that's like, well, what about the black on black crime?
Man.
About what y'all do to each other.
I don't even want, we're gonna have to leave that for another topic, bro. Like I said, I'm running close on time. I wasn't able to get through all my questions, but I do thank you for stopping by and grabbing me that time and just shedding your wisdom for these youngsters, man. Like I said, we want to shut it down short, but at the same time, I want to invite you back for another session so we can continue the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Report, that's great.
Yes, sir.
And, these youngsters, they can hit comments if they got any questions. They'll be able to ask you, and we can go from there. But like I said, is there anything else you want to close out with? Any kind of words? Anything you want to drop right quick?
Man, I'm tell you, I said it before. Make sure you evolve. Make sure you understand where you are in life, and make sure that you continue to grow. There's gonna be some bad. There's gonna be some good. Everything ain't gonna always be sunny. Everything ain't always gonna be dark either. Understand, cherish both. And it sounds stupid. Understand that when it's dark outside, the sun is coming up eventually. Cherish it. Learn what you can from every situation, whether it's a bad situation or a good situation. Everything is meant to be a lesson. Don't be like a lot of us now, still learning shit, learning the same situation or learning the same test. 10 years going through the same thing. Learn from it, apply it, and move on.
That's what's up.
And take care of your chickens.
Well, hi, Uncle Earl, man. We gonna go ahead.
Don't eat no more fucking fast food. Cut that shit out your diet. That stuff ain't good for you.
Hey, again, another topic for another conversation, which we plan on having soon, brother. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
God bless, and we should be talking very shortly, okay?
All right, brother. Appreciate it, man.
All right, bro. Thanks.
All right.